Hey Libras, welcome to August 2019. Okay, so already we've got so many cards popping out. Big changes this month. August is bringing in a massive change that is going to feel like it came from absolutely nowhere. What this change does, which I believe in miracles, so I expect this to be a really positive change. It's the Tower card, which is not always attributed with good news, but in my opinion, for this reading, it is one of those sudden, really great news that comes in, and it gives you the opportunity to give back to the people that you care about and give back in any way that you think you should be giving back. So financially, giving back love, giving back energy, giving back time. Because what's been going on lately, Libra, with the lack of sleep, not necessarily the lack of sleep, but the unrest, the internal unrest, just not feeling rejuvenated, not being able to recharge, waking up and still feeling drained. It's a Monday for me right now, and I feel like everybody's been messaging me being like, I'm so tired. And I'm like, you were supposed to be resting on your Sunday. And people are like, I did, and they're still just so drained. And the reason why we're drained is because that eclipse, for Libras especially, brought in new feelings, brought in new energy, and they're all related to how you feel about yourself, your reputation, what you've built for yourself, and therefore creating massive transformations with your foundation, your thoughts, and your investments. So big changes across the board. New beginnings, like there's the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Ace is all about new beginnings. You're missing one ace, which is the Ace of Pentacles, which is new money, but new feelings, new action, new thoughts, big changes, and the ability to give back, almost like it's a donation. I have this Leo friend that whenever she wins, she's always like, my mom is the first one that I give money to. I give half, sometimes more than half. And I'm like, what? I'm like, but the difference with the Libra energy is we're cardinal signs. So a lot of the things that we've accomplished, we did on our own. So to go back to mommy and be like, here's half of what we worked hard for, feels a little bit counterintuitive. But yeah, it is time to move on emotionally from that energy, because that keeps us feeling powerless. That ability to make changes and say, I want to give back, but then having parameters and saying, I'm only going to give back as far as they've given me, right? And that just leaves us locked in a power struggle. Keeps us completely locked. Okay, so many cards are popping out. August 2019 for Libra. Thank you. I'll show you guys the cards after, because this is just nuts in a good way. Okay, so let's see what's going on for the month. Okay, so we're a little bored. Something is missing. Something fundamentally missing. On those hard nights, when you're crying to a friend or a lover, or, just kind of low, which we all have those, like that's needed. On those low nights, that low energy, that's when you should really be journaling and being like, okay, what do I feel is missing? When you have that urge of saying, I'm bored, I'm not feeling stimulated, something's wrong, something doesn't feel right, that's where you're going to find all of your answers, to just go deep, get emotional, get sensitive, get in tune with nature and with your body and with your thoughts and your feelings, and just write down what you think is missing. Because the obstacle and the aid to what your boredom is causing, that obstacle and aid is the judgment, that fear of judgment. People constantly kind of looking, like you're living in a fishbowl, right? And people are constantly looking in and throwing stones. Always throwing stones at the Libra. Libras get judged because they're the judgers of the zodiac. However, Libras do it right. Like we're able to take, we're able to play devil's advocate and take the black, the white, the gray, the pink, the red, all of the colors, all the spectrums of the rainbow, and then come to a conclusion that is based in fact and logic and fair judgment, right? We're the lawyers and judges of the zodiac sign. However, because we're constantly judging things in order to make decisions, people perceive us as judgy, and therefore they tend to judge us, right? Like, how dare Libra, But Leo season is all about not shying away from your authentic self. If you're making a judgment about someone that you think is going to improve their lives because they can change it and embrace it over a matter of time, that's something that you should absolutely be expressing without the fear of being judged back. Because in your heart that when you judge something, that's in order to provide fairness and balance. So receiving judgment is just another way to receive that fairness and balance, and to kind of look within yourself and say, okay, this is what's missing, this is what I need to embrace, this is what I'm being judged for, and what I can do going forward. Subconsciously, there's a lot of conflict going on, and that's contributing to the boredom. That's contributing to the lack of in your foundation, not knowing what next steps to do, not like that fundamental piece missing is because there's a lot of conflict with at least 5 people in your life. 5 people, okay? Some of them aren't even living. Some of the conflict is because one of them isn't living. Like there is just so much conflict from energy that's even past. You know, move on, right? At the end of the day, the only reason why this conflict is in the subconscious is because consciously you didn't embrace the conflict. You know, Libras have a fear of confrontation. So a lot of the times we can come across as two-faced just because we're like, no, we're just seeing all sides. We don't actually, it's not that we don't disagree with you, but we also agree with this person and we see that side. So that's creating conflict, right? Subconsciously, because you knew in your heart that you should have said something, that you should have said your truth without worrying about A, B, and C and what's fair and what's balanced. But you only did it because you were trying to find power. You were trying to bring in a new sense of power for yourself in order to combat this fear of rejection, this fear of judgment, and this apathy and boredom at home. The boredom is coming from the Queen of Pentacles, which is a female earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. There's something about this energy, it feels like a mother figure, that their structure, their day-to-day structure was quite dull and quite boring. You know, they probably had Virgo energy, which is very strict on their scheduling and their organization and their daily habits and routines. So what they did is they showed you how to be comfortably numb. And it's not working for you. It's not working for the Libra. And stubbornly, you're holding on to that schedule, that structure from the Queen of Pentacles growing up, stubbornly holding on to it because it's the only thing that feels real. It's the only thing that gives you foundation, that gives you grounding energy. However, it's not ending very good because you need to embrace the changes, right? And the ebb and flow of the day to day. You know what I mean? It's the small things and the small changes that create the big changes. So if you're feeling bored and really lethargic at home and not creating a lot of fun and spark and joy, and that's just kind of streamlining to your subconscious as an inner conflict, it's because you're only focused on gaining power back from the power that you lost from the Queen of Pentacles in childhood by having such a strict schedule and strict structure and not being able to rebel and embrace independence and embrace your own decision making. Right? Because especially if this is your mother, the earth sign is not going to understand as a child when Libra doesn't know what decision to make. And a lot of times earth signs will kind of make air signs feel dumb, and that's not cohesive with a Libra who wants to age gracefully, because they need constructive and positive criticism, not just blatant meanness criticism that this earth sign forced on you as a child. Essentially what's now happening is you're gaining back power through other means, just as a way to feel powerful to this earth sign, okay? This is how you're being viewed right now. Foolish, risky, you know, taking leaps of faith, adventure seeking, spontaneous. So people view you as that, whereas here you are just like, I feel bored. You know, I want to take a risk. I want to go on an adventure. I want to make a spontaneous action. That's how people are reading your energy anyways, because you're emitting that. You're emitting emitting, emitting that energy out there without admitting to yourself that you're bored. You know, it's time to embrace some opportunities. And the opportunities are in your family and friends. That's where those opportunities for non-boredom and for action and spontaneity, fun, adventure is coming from, without that fear of judgment, right? Because family, it's a different level of judgment. A lot of times family judge you selfishly as opposed to outside people, friends, haters. They're judging you because of what you're accomplishing, and it's reminding them that they can't. Whereas family and friends, they're just self-centered and want to protect you. So a lot of the judgment that they give you is really coming from the heart, whereas the outside judgment is not. It's coming from, you know, that envious, negative place. Family and friends are going to give you a lot of opportunities this month if you just listen. Just listen. Shut down the mouth and just listen over this month. Family and friends it'll be like a ding, like a light bulb in your head. Here's an awesome opportunity, even if it's just they gave you an idea to snowball into a bigger idea or innovation. Hope and fear, Libra, is your authority. You gain a lot of authority at home, which is obviously excellent, but it's fearful, right? You don't want to necessarily be in charge. That's no fun, right? I think what really needs to happen, especially this month, Libra, is to get in touch with your parents, right? Like emotionally and energetically. Get in touch with your parents and see what they taught you being an adult is all about. You know, is it fun? Is it boring? Is it just, pay bills, watch your weight, come home, watch TV, and, wait until, you lose your mind? Like, what do your parents do on their day-to-day that reminds you of the spark of life, the fun side of life? So at the end of the day, when we embrace being an adult and what that entails and all of the crap that comes with it, all we're doing is just owning the fact that we've turned into our parents. And if that thought doesn't scare you, then keep doing what you're doing. But if it does terrify you and you find that your parents don't really have much of a life, then now is the time to look at them and say, thank you for what you've done. I'm now going to embrace the fact that adulthood doesn't need to look like this. Responsibilities do not need to look like this. Adulthood is ultimate freedom, fun, cake at midnight if I wanted to, empowerment, making my own money, spending how I want, not having to ask for permission from anybody, not even a partner if we didn't want to. We just keep it a secret, right? And ask for forgiveness instead of permission. But yeah, take a look at your parents. The good news is, Libra, is this month you have been looking so forward to your empowerment. You know that money is coming in. You know that new power is coming in. It's not even when. It's not even if, it's when, right? It is coming in. I'm just letting you know that the new money that comes in also equals more work, more responsibility. So yeah, if you get that promotion, excellent, but that means more work, right? At the end of the day, still embrace the fun side of this new opportunity, this new financial gain, because it's giving you strength. It's leveling you up. It's asking you to adjust. But the first thing to do is look at your parents and recognize how they gained their promotions and what they did with that. What did they do? What did they do when they had more responsibility? Because you probably watched the incline of your parents' success over your childhood. More and more responsibility, more siblings, grandkids, more duties and domestic duties, and their level of enjoyment went down, right? When their responsibilities went up. So here you are subconsciously wanting new opportunities, but then also on a subconscious level, kind of being afraid of it because you know that means more responsibilities. At the end of the day, you are getting so much strength through all this, so it's a win-win, okay? I'm going to show you guys the cards now and let you see what's going on. As always, if you want a personalized reading, my details are below. Yeah, please comment, like, subscribe, share, and I will show you the cards now. Bye, Libra. Hey, Libra, so this is what's going on for your August 2019. A lot of boredom at home with the family, a lot of apathy. You know, this is something that you've created, you grew to this level of comfort. You know, I'm seeing that it was a little bit of an uphill battle just to get to this level of comfort, but now it's time to shake it up again without that fear of judgment. So being judged is an obstacle and an age. So you need that fear of judgment just a little bit to create something really fun, you know, that's something really incredible that if it were judged, it would just be judged positively, but also that fear of judgment is what's blocking you from creating something really fun. Works both ways. The Queen of Pentacles, aka a mother figure, earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This person created a routine in childhood that has now created blocks for you in your adult life because this person was so strict with their scheduling, with what you were doing, with what you were accomplishing. It put a lot of pressure on you in order to stay in the straight and narrow and not take risks and not have fun. And that's where this apathy and boredom is stemming from, because ultimately you have a fear of judgment from the Queen of Pentacles. Subconsciously, because you're so bored, you're creating a lot of internal dramas and conflicts, especially involving 5 other people. So if this drama doesn't actually exist and it just sort of is something that's going on within you, it's time to let it out by expressing and speaking your truth. It's Leo season. Now's the time to shine without that fear of feeling like, oh, what if that person thinks that I think that I'm better than them? Screw that. Live your life, shine bright, embrace Leo season, because it's just creating so much conflict and drama beneath the surface that's adding to your apathy and boredom. You're thinking about money, empowerment, new beginnings. So this is officially the fourth ace to come up. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. I think it's safe to say that there is a new beginning this month for Libras, all across the board. Love it. This is how people are viewing you right now. Risky, foolish, but fortune favors the foolish and the brave. They see that you're the one showing up, putting yourself out there. And that's something that you want to just embrace that energy and say, yeah, I show up, I put myself out there, I'm out of the box, I do my own thing, I do what I feel like I need to do to make me happy. What's your superpower? Yeah, they will judge you just because they don't have that same energy. They're just as bored, if not more, than you are, okay? No matter what Instagram says. Family and friends, there's that opportunity to kind of shake up the boredom. Go talk family and friends. Go do what you need to do in order to have fun again. And I mean fundamentally fun, you know, creating something like a child, doing something that you used to do as a kid, dancing. Libras and art in any way, you know, art and beauty, getting your hair done, getting your nails done. Do something that's going to fundamentally make you feel better with your family and friends, and you'll see how many opportunities that brings for positive advancements. Hope and fear is the Emperor card, which means that you're hoping for that authority at home within your family, but you fear it as well. Because the last person in your family, aka the Queen of Pentacles, that had that authority, you saw what she did with it, aka it just added to the boredom. So you have this authority that you want because through the money that you know is coming in, through the financial windfall that you know is coming in, you know you're going to have a little bit more authority, but there's a fear there because you don't want to end up like Queen of Pentacles. Okay, and you probably have some earth in your chart if this is a mother figure. So it's almost about finding that earth in your chart and then outletting this earth energy through it. So for instance, you're a Libra with your Venus and Virgo. Yeah, you need that detailed, scheduled, analytical, logical, routine day to day, but you do it through your love life. You every day, you know, you make your husband's or wife's lunch, and that is your one schedule a day that you do for a lover. If your moon's in Virgo or moon in Capricorn or moon in Taurus, if your emotional needs are in that earth sign, you know that all you have to do is be scheduled when it comes to your emotions, you know? You just need to schedule that cry time in, you know? So figure out where earth is in your chart and then outlet it through there. If you need help, my email is below. The outcome, Libra, for August 2019 is that money's coming in. New beginning is here for sure. What it does is it brings new responsibilities. Excellent, because it gives you a lot of strength as well. So new money, new responsibilities, new strength. Let's do this, Libra. We are going to kill August 2019, and then September 2019 is going to be that much more incredible. We have the sun underneath the deck. We have support underneath the deck, especially by that young water sign that you've been spending so much time at home with. Now it's time to shine. It's like, you know, we've been behind the scenes doing all of our work. Now it's time to just put ourselves out there and get that coin, secure the bag, take on those responsibilities like a champ, as you always do. It's going to help you when it comes to being bored at home. Yeah, more responsibilities means less boredom, and it's giving you a whole new level of strength that you didn't even realize you needed. Love you, Libras. Hope you have an amazing August, and I will see you next month. Bye, guys.